radiation. Well, let's bring in the journalist Jake Adelstein. Jake, he's in Tokyo for us. What's going on?
Well, today, Kishida met with Grossi, and they had a discussion of what the report did. And as everyone predicted, it showed that the IAEA feels that it's safe. TEPCO has a plan to treat the water so that the most radioactive element that they can't get rid of, tritium, is reduced to 1/4 of the safety limits. So they're trying to assure everyone that that is safe. But the general public in Japan is not convinced, nor are Japan's neighbors. In fact, South Korea, which knew that this was pretty much a foregone conclusion, has had a buying spree of salt, believing that any salt taken from seawater is going to be radioactive in the near future, and thus they want it before Japan starts dumping the water into the Pacific Ocean. According to sources here, that is expected to begin as early as this summer. I don't think that many people understand that Japan has 1 million tons of this water because they have not fixed the Fukushima nuclear accident. They're still cleaning it up, and they have to keep pumping water into the core. So even after they're rid of this 1 million metric tons of radioactive water, they're going to have to keep pumping it in. It's kind of amazing.
It's interesting, Jake. I remember back in 2011, I was in Fukushima, I was covering this. I remember being in a little town called Minami Sanriku, which is close by. And back then, some of the health experts saying the water will never be released. It is too much of a threat. But we're looking at a situation now where the UN agency has said, actually, this filtration system works, but it cannot remove all of the radioactive waste. And that is China's big concern, isn't it?
It is also Korea's concern. It is also the concern of the local fishermen here. And the problem is that there is no trust for Tokyo Electric Power Company within Japan or the government on this issue, because the government has consistently changed what were the acceptable levels of radiation that you could expose the public to. Parliamentary investigations showed that the disaster was a man-made problem. It wasn't caused by the tsunami. It was caused by human error. And there's a history of cover-ups and lies by Tokyo Electric Power Company that make people feel uneasy. And it's going to be very hard to convince people that they're getting the truth on this issue. And in fact, ironically, Japan even refused to use the word meltdown in 2011 until the IAEA inspectors were on their way to Japan, and they would have to admit what everybody already knew, that there was a catastrophic meltdown.
Jake, good to hear from you. Jake Adelstein, a reporter in Japan.